morning, people. I hope your day has started out amazing, and I want to get into something right off the bat. I have just recently gained a bunch of new viewers, which I absolutely love having you along. I hope you'll stick around, and I just can't thank you enough for your support. But with those new people, they're getting to know a little bit about what I do for a living, which is mainly breed snakes, amongst other things, of course. And of course, I like the fact that people are concerned about the way we keep them. As animal lovers, we always should question whether we're doing the right things. And quite frankly, for those of you that haven't watched my main channel, Snake Bites, you may not know that I've said that I continuously question our own procedures to make sure that we are doing well. So anyways, I keep a lot of snakes, and those snakes are kept in shoe boxes, tubs, and those type of racking systems. And I wanted to go ahead and address the elephant in the room about that. So when you're keeping snakes in tubs just like this, I can understand as someone that doesn't understand a lot about reptiles, you might think, well, doesn't that seem cruel that a snake like this is kept in a box, basically? There's no natural environment. There's, shouldn't it have room to roam around? And listen, I love the fact that you may think that, because that means you're an animal lover. But there's something that us humans do that's called anthropomorphology, which is basically we start attaching human emotions to objects or animals, right? I don't want to get into a debate of whether or not what I do is right, because like I said, I'm always questioning, is this the right environment? I mean, keeping snakes like this, is this the best way? I want what's best for the animals. That to me is utmost important, and I want you to not only question my husbandry, but question everyone's husbandry, because we all love these animals. But let's take a step back and let's look at anthropomorphology. Okay, so anthropomorphology, or anthropomorphism in this case, is... Anthropomorphism is the attribution of human emotions and intentions to non-human entities, and is considered to be an innate tendency of human psychology. So in a nutshell, what this means is that if you think your dog is human or your bird is human, some of these animals have human tendencies, but they're not human. So each animal needs a different set of things that us humans may think is important to us, but isn't important to that animal. And in the case of snakes, it's basically, you've got to remember, they're very primordial creatures. They really want a few different things. They want shelter, they want protection, they want food, they want water, and they want to be able to reproduce. They don't really have the human emotion for us for enrichment and looking and searching. Listen, if a snake doesn't have to move from a spot because there's enough water, there's enough food, there's shelter, and there's an ability to reproduce, it's not going to move. It's not going to go wandering. It's not like a lion or a tiger that needs to wander for 20 miles to find the next place to breed. And although I am 100% in favor of setting up really beautiful environments for snakes, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if your snake or reptile thrives in that vivarium, I think it's absolutely wonderful. But it's more for us than it is for them, right? So basically, when you have a snake that doesn't climb, so it's a ground dweller, and you have a 6-foot-high, beautiful terrarium, it's for us to enjoy. It's not for them to enjoy. Or if you have an animal that barely moves and just sits on a branch, it doesn't need really big height because it's not going to really climb. It just sits in one spot. Or what, you get my point. My point is that oftentimes we set our animals up in areas or into enclosures that we feel good with, not necessarily what they need or what they... The truth is, with snakes, for the most part, it's a very broad subject, but with snakes, it's basically the most simple setup is the best setup from them. They want shelter, they want food, they want a clean place, they want water, and they want to be able to reproduce. That is basically what they want. Now listen, I don't want to get into a debate, although I would like to know what you guys think about it. Down below, tell me, again, be polite, be thoughtful. I will read your comments. You guys can comment back and forth to one another. Don't get mad at each other. Don't yell and scream. We're all adults here. But I'd like to know what you think. I mean, is it cruel to keep snakes like that? Or is it something that you kind of understand? And to my new viewers, welcome aboard. And I'm here to teach you, not just about reptiles and snakes, but about all wildlife and whatever adventure we come across, right? So go ahead and comment down below. I'm getting back to work. Now that I tried to educate you guys, how about we just dumb everything down a little bit and feed Speedy, because I brought these in. These are just leftover pumpkins from Halloween, and I'm gonna cut them up and we'll put Speedy cam back on the GoPro, and maybe we'll have him walk around for us, maybe chase around. He loves to chase and stuff, so let's go ahead and do this. Opening up a little reptile zoo, so I think it's time to go talk to Lori. Lori. Hello.
Hello.
All right, so we briefly spoke about the place next door. Obviously, what's your thoughts? I mean, so we probably only have about a week or so to make a decision before the place is unavailable. I mean, it's a big decision. What's the pros and cons? Do you have any idea?
Well, I've got a lot of thoughts on it, and I guess it just depends on what we want to do moving forward. Whether we want to do it temporary or.
Well, I mean,
saying.
Well,
you're coming at me. I don't even know what you're going at me with.
No, I'm basically saying, what I'm saying is that, we really can't rent. We probably can't rent it or do a lease on it short term, in the sense of with any security,
Right.
So we would have to do probably at least a 2-year, but I would think like a 2-year with an option of a couple, at least 3 or 4 more years, just so that if it works, then we're in there for a period of time, because we don't want to get there and then But I mean, it's a big commitment. I just thought I'd ask you what you think, or do we need to sleep on it still?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to kind of do a lot more exploring as to, if we do this, what the plans would be moving forward, just because we have to have some good plans if we're committing to that
Plans.
for 2 years.
Plans have never helped me before. I'm against planning. I'm a doer, not a planner. Planter. Actually, I would like to be a planter. A lot of people were talking about the trees and the fact that you wanted 4 or 5 Christmas trees. So it's not a planter, but it is a planter, which is similar.
You know what? I can't even talk to you. Seriously. I can't even talk to you.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
All right, well, tell me what you need to figure out what we need to make a decision, because we got to probably make a decision sometime this week, or we have to make a decision pretty quickly. So, I mean, I think that maybe till next week is the latest. Plus, we've got to find a place to hibernate our animals anyways, so that's a big one.
Yeah, I say we need at least a few days.
A few days. Well, don't procrastinate.
I swear to God. All right, I'm done with you. I don't have time for your crap today.
Okay, I think that meeting went well, and we have to reconvene and meet again. We'll have a meeting on that meeting later. but I think we made progress. Okay guys, so what did we learn today? We learned, number one, that snakes are not humans and that we should not think of them as humans. We learned that tortoises love pumpkins and that they run around and that they're adorable. And we also learned that me and Lori still have a lot to consider about opening up the mini reptile zoo. Regardless, it's been a wonderful day, and it's at the end of the day for me. I'm going to head home, spend a little time with my family, get a little downtime, because tomorrow is another busy one. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for tuning in, and please remember to subscribe if you like the channel. You guys mean the world to me, and I'll see you tomorrow.